You know, a Bears fan could got to get used to this. I don't know if we will. Probably shouldn't. But it's nice to think about it. 3 straight weeks of relatively comfortable to dominant victories. This time against a divisional opponent. It feels good. It feels really good. It almost feels uncomfortable. Like, the truth is, for pretty much the majority of the time that I've been doing videos here on YouTube, when I've talked about the Bears, you know I've mostly been griping about them, whether it's Jay Cutler or John Fox or what have you. And now I'm in this very unusual situation for me where there are a lot of things that are going well for this team this year. It feels weird. Good, but also weird. It's kind of like when that girl does something to your balls for the first time, when you're sitting there getting a BJ or you're sitting there trying to put babies in her. It feels weird, but it feels one of those types of feelings. Now, I could understand that Bears fans are really excited right now. Don't have a lot of reason, a lot of years to be excited. So when a good season comes along, and this most certainly classifies as one, you get really excited and get caught up in the emotions. And you know what? That's okay to a degree. Let's just not quite book the tickets for the Super Bowl just yet, because there's a lot of season left to go. But I understand why Bears fans are feeling so excited after 9 games. Bears beat a divisional opponent in dominant fashion in the Lions, 34-22. I mean, they were boat racing them the first 3 quarters. That's a fact. They dominated them. The Bears are still in first in the NFC North, heading into a matchup on Sunday night against the Minnesota Vikings in prime time. Feels good to have meaningful football this late in the year. The Bears in a primetime featured standalone game. That's nice. In the process, probably ended any remaining playoff hopes for the Detroit Lions. I mean, Lions fans, let's be realistic. You probably already knew, but this game eliminated any and all remaining doubt. So, when you talk about divisional foes, it's always nice to kind of effectively end their season. 3rd straight dominant victory. Like I said, you shouldn't get used to it, but you'd like to think you could get used to it. It's nice to have it every once in a while. And looking at the bigger picture, the offense, to me, screw the Tampa game. This was definitely Trubisky's best game as a pro. Definitely. 23 of 30, 355 yards, 3 touchdowns. Well, I didn't have as many touchdown passes as the Tampa game, that's for sure. Just in terms of what I saw, in terms of better pocket presence, better field vision, better awareness of game and situation, I thought this was easily Trubisky's best game as a pro. I really did. Allen Robinson comes back after missing the last 2 games. 6 catches, 133 yards, 2 touchdowns. Wide receiver 1, Anthony Miller, 5 receptions, 122 yards, and 1 touchdown, and 1 piece of badassery when the Lions hit Trubisky late on the sideline. Who's the first dude to come to his defense? It's not one of the offensive linemen. It's freaking Anthony Miller. That's a dude you could win with. And he showed that dude factor on Sunday. Fantastic stuff. Then looking at the Bears defense, they held the Lions to 10 points through 3 quarters. Khalil Mack is back, and he had 2 sacks. 2 rookies, Roquan Smith, Bilal Nichols, they each had a sack, which bodes well for this Bears rookie class. Roquan Smith, James Daniels, Anthony Miller, Bilal Nichols. Not bad. If they ever get anything out of Iggy in the future, this will be a really good draft class. The defense, 3 turnovers. I mean, you just keep rolling and rolling and rolling down the hits. It's just another week of a lot of really good things. So it's really easy to understand why Bears fans are so happy. And frankly, you have to ask the question, what the hell is there to be so worried about? And I saw a lot of people saying, well, if you're talking about the Bears and you're worried about anything other than one thing, then you just want to hate and da-da-da-da-da. And don't get me wrong. Worry number 1, CODY PARKEY. He sucks. He couldn't do that again in his life if it depended on it. He hit 4 uprights on Sunday. 2 extra points, 2 field goals, clang. How the hell does this happen? hell does he still have a job? Because it's not like this is the only game or the only issue you've had with CODY PARKEY missing damn kicks. And as much as everybody wants to crown Ryan Pace's ass as an executive of the year, now when you look at the offseason body of work and the Bears' performance, there's definitely an argument to be made. It doesn't erase some of the faux pas of the past, including cutting damn Robbie Gould. A couple years later, the Bears still don't have their damn kicker. What, to create cap room for Josh Sitton, who is also gone? If you don't have a kicker you can trust, if you don't have a kicker you can rely upon, there's the potential possibility that you make an earlier playoff exit than you should. This is not okay. This is not normal. This is not one of these things players coming to the defense and saying, oh, we support our guy no matter what, you should too. No, the dude gets paid to make field goals. That's his one fucking job. He's not good at it. That's life. Tough shit. Get over it. Either hit the damn kicks or get off the damn team so somebody else can. Because these opportunities to be good or really good don't come around all the time. And Bears fans especially in this freaking lifetime know that. And the last thing we need to do is see somebody going Chris Bonial all over the fucking place. That's exactly what CODY PARKEY's doing. Chris Bonialing shit. Just think about that for a second. Yeah, I went back almost 20 years. Bears fans, real Bears fans, remember those times. Remember that 99 season? Exactly. So yeah, that's something not insignificant to worry about. That's something significant to worry about. But to sit there and say that's the only thing to worry about with this Bears team at this point is also folly. As important as the kicking game is, believe me, it is incredibly important. Perhaps the single biggest concern I have about this team is their running game, or in this case, their lack of an established running game and a lack of established running identity. On Sunday, it didn't really matter. You get 18 carries, 36 yards combined between Jordan Howard and Tariq Cohen, and you can sell yourself on the concept that, well, they were kicking their ass anyway, so it didn't really matter in the grand scheme of that particular game. It most certainly did not. But as we continue to go into November and December and possibly January, the Bears have to be able to figure out a way to better run the football. They must run it more consistently and more effectively. And with everybody kissing Nagy's ass, talking about all the wizardry he does in terms of his gimmicks, his tricks, his formations, and the passing game and so forth, that's all fine and good, but at some point in time, you're going to have to be able to run the damn football with some type of force, some type of power, some type of identity, and the Bears can't do that this year. It is a real negative and a real concern for a team that if it caught lightning in a bottle could make a little bit of noise in the playoffs this year. But if they are going in with a Trubisky trying to carry the entire weight, that is entirely unfair to Mitch and ultimately a recipe faster in a big game. Because then the Bears are going to be one dimension. Oh, and that one dimension, yeah, you already know. The Bears are a team that, with those two backs and Jordan Howard and Tariq Cohen, should be better at running the football than they are. You can talk about the backs, you can talk about the front. I point to the system and the design and falling too in love with the gimmicks, the tricks, and the tomfoolery, and sometimes not worrying enough about just playing smash mouth, down your throat, up your ass football. The Bears' running game is a concern. The kicking game obviously is a concern. But even if they cut PARKEY today, which they should, hashtag cut CODY PARKEY, it still does not change the fact that this damn team can't run the ball with any real conviction, purpose, or consistency. And if they do not, you can sit there and try and put Trubisky on a Luckman-like pedestal, on a McMahon type of pedestal, and in the grand scheme of things, it ain't gonna matter. They have to figure out how to run the damn football. A few less gimmicks, a few less tricks. Let's just see some downhill running and shove it down people's fucking throats. And continue to stick with it. So at some point in time, you get to the playoffs, these gimmicks aren't going to work. And then what?